Good evening gamers, Wobble here, yours truly, as per usual. Are you suffering from financial troubles? Perhaps bored and looking for something to do? Maybe the endlessly repeating cycle of mundane greatness day after day is driving you insane and nothing makes you feel joy anymore? Well, what do you know, I've got just the thing for you. Gambling! Yeah! Gambling. What could be more exciting than having your entire life savings on the line? Luckily, today we can simulate the dopamine hits from betting it all on black by playing Balatro. I'm sure that by this point the large majority of you know what Balatro is, but in case you have been living under a rock or are catastrophically disconnected from reality, Balatro is a hit in the card game roguelike deck building video game. Yup. On a base level, the gameplay for Balatro goes something like this. The game consists of rounds, where you will have to reach a certain amount of points by playing poker hands. The harder the poker hand is to pull, the more score it will net you. Between rounds you can visit a shop to enhance your run by buying jokers and other goods. In the base game, these jokers are fairly balanced, ranging from cheap common jokers like the Crazy Joker, who will up your multiplier by 12 if your hand is a straight, or legendary ones, like Yorick, who will gain ×2 multiplier every 23rd card discarded. I, however, am a rat bastard, and don't think these 150 jokers are enough, so I went to the deep ends of the internet to download a mod to enhance the experience, as I am known to do. Due to a profound lack of technical skills and an 80% chance my computer will get bricked in the next 2 days, I managed to install Cryptid, an unbalanced Balatro mod. Yes, that is how it is called. Cryptid adds around 150 more jokers, multiple decks, new consumable types, and so on. These new additions range from borderline useless, such as adding a 50% chance for a card to be triggered twice, to game-winning, like adding an exponential multiplier that scales as you play, or just plain moronic by summoning 3000 jolly jokers. Now, if you have fried your brain like me by overdosing on short from video content, you will find simple victories in runs rather boring. That is why today we, who are intellectuals and creative masterminds, will be instead of winning in score try to overgrow the United States economy. But instead of supporting certain unnamed states in the Middle East, we will keep all the money to ourselves. I decided that to accomplish this task we would take on the deck of Equilibrium, whose special power is all cards have the same chance of appearing in shops, meaning we would have the exact same chance to get any joker we would need. This challenge started pretty strong. We got a gateway card, which gave us an exotic tier joker. This absolutely unbalanced holy jolly joker would carry us for the first few rounds. I kept leveling the joker until out of the shop we got this lovely piece. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. My strategy for now was to play hands that had as many cards counted towards the score as possible to level up this guy. We defeated this absolutely horrid boss stage in which the requirements grow the longer you spend on it. Horrible, absolutely deviously devilish ability. It makes me feel dumb and slow. Which may be true, to be honest. Anyhow, out of the shop we got this joker. It doesn't tell us outright, but what it does, it applies the glitched effect to all jokers in the upcoming shops. This means that the joker's numeric ability will be somewhere between 0.1 times or 10 times the original amount. A great example to why this card was an absolute godsend was this. An oil lamp. Normally it would scale the next joker's ability by 1.5 times, but this glitched one makes it scale by 7.8. Marvelous. I put it next to our Mosca tool and kept scaling. After a couple of rounds we got our first key to success, the compound interest. Now normally this wouldn't do much, scaling a little bit of our money at a time, but now was the time to use our go-go gadget. Sadly it doesn't affect every card, but our compound interest got a measly upgrade from giving us 12% to giving us 11,000% of our money every round. Not to mention that our duplicate was at 240,000 mult too. Tell you what though, the results were most impressive. To top it all off, selling our glitched joker, unbeknownst to me, duplicated every single one of our jokers. Now, as you may have guessed, this is the exact moment where you can take your brain out, replace it with a bouncy ball, and watch as the ball stimulates your nerve endings just enough to press play. Because playing from now on requires the same amount of cognitive function as locking in Karen. My next set of steps was to make our second oil lamp scale another smoothie, and the first one was scaling to the moon, a second evolution joker of the compound interest. This in no time would rank us a lot of money, since it counted from our already existing funds. We also got the scale joker, which makes every scaling card scale quadratically. Now, as you may remember, I removed my brain just a while ago, so I have no idea how this affects the oil lamp scaling, mathematically or otherwise. Do they cancel out? Do they not? I do not know. It was making the counting look pretty funky though. Hey, remember that thing about the second evolution joker that I said a second ago? Well, we got this, the scala, which makes every scaling joker scale as a degree 2 polynomial. With my limited understanding of mathematics I have learned in my years as a participant in this society, the scaling works a little something like this. If a joker would say scale its multiplier by adding 2 times every round, the function would be simple. f(x) equals 2x plus c, where c is the number the joker starts with out of the shop, and x is the number of rounds passed, meaning after 2 rounds the score would be 2 times 2 plus 2, which equals 6. Now what Nocte does is make the scaling quadratic, meaning that now the function is f(x) equals 2 times x to the second power plus c, meaning that after 2 rounds the score is 2 times 2 to the exponent of 2 plus 2, which equals 10. This way it makes scaling much faster. Well, not fast enough for me, that is. I sold the smoothie I had been festering, and now the card scales as a degree 260 million polynomial. I probably couldn't explain this one even if I tried. At this point it is good to remember that all of our money jokers are also scaling jokers. Oh no. Next round I sat watching cards gyrate for unironically closer to 10 minutes, and what followed afterwards was a small score of 9.374 e 63,908. To put this number into perspective, according to our dear friend ChatGPT over here, the approximate value of atoms in our observable universe is 10 to the power of 80. Our score is 10 to the power of 63,908. We have gone and scaled beyond anything a human brain could comprehend. All the galaxies, planets, atoms and beyond. They are absurdly minuscule in comparison to our score. Even our cash from the round was 5 times 10 to the power of 34, which is 500 quintillion times larger than the entire global GDP. We have scaled beyond infinity. We are the singularity of being itself. But believe it or not, this was not the limit. Sure, we would absolutely demolish every round from here on out to the day we turn to dust, but there was still a goal to reach. The point where our money becomes infinite. And so I kept going. I kept re-rolling the shop in hopes for more cards to aid in our journey. Anything that looked useful, I would take. It's not that we wouldn't have had room for them. Negative jokers? Sure, why not? The speculo? Lovely, great even. Another smoothie? Come on in. The fucking nostalgic Google Play card which just gives us copies of our smoothies? What can I even say? Even the egg, just so I can replicate the USA egg prices as well. Then this horrid piece of pixels, the canvas, which re-triggers every joker to the left of it for the amount of non-commons on its right, which we had a lot of. This is the moment where even the ball inside our cranium has lost all momentum and we are beyond lobotomized, but it doesn't matter since we are face-planting enter and keep on going. We beat the final boss stage like nothing, and the next round was even easier. Our score was starting to have more letters than numbers, and I am willing to take that as a sign that we are doing something right. Huh. I mean, I gotta play one card. I mean, logically I would lose money if I played more than one. That wouldn't be good, it goes against our challenge. And what a good and definitely meaningful choice that was. There it was. None-inf. Our money had reached such large amounts that it had passed the floating point limits. Our money was now, at least in practice, infinite. Well, as with anyone with too much money and free time in their hands, we could start doing whatever bullshit that came to mind. Or at least our cards could. I don't know what kind of symbiotic relationship our scales entered into, but they kept upgrading each other without me even doing anything. I couldn't even play. What? After managing that, I had the amazing idea of starting to copy and sell these megs. Each one would give us 200 solid jokers, and to be honest, our hand was looking a little empty. What a lovely and most of all holy jolly collection, and what a frame rate! Well, at least until the game crashed. I think that should very well symbolize the crumbling of this hypothetical little infinity we have created here today. On that note, thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end. This game is one of my favorites as of late, and I highly recommend trying even the base game. It is ridiculously addictive. Well, anyhow, until next time, I have been Wobble. Remember to like and or subscribe if you found this video entertaining, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.